What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you may notice, we're doing a few videos in one day because we have an opportunity to have the RS and the Type R next to each other. What I want to do right now for this video is I'm going to have the Ford Focus RS owner drive the Type R for the first time ever. We're going to get initial impressions and how he likes the car. This should be a lot of fun. Let's go for a ride. It's freaking beautiful. Wow. Okay, you definitely have to kind of drop down into it a little bit.
For sure.
But holy shit, this is definitely more of a cockpit. Yeah.
There it is.
Okay, okay. Wow, yeah, your gauge clusters. That's nice.
So we're gonna start out in comfort mode, and then we'll go to sport mode, and then we'll go to R mode.
First time in a Type R. This is freaking sweet. I love the accents on here though too. I love the red trim. I love the carbon fiber kind of esque look there.
It definitely looks a lot better than the RS.
Oh, I think so, 100%, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more going on the dashboard.
You feel special driving the car.
Oh yeah,
for sure, right?
Like I say, when you're sitting in this, it definitely feels more like a race-like cockpit, like a car. You know, where that's just more of like a family car. This one, I mean, when you're in here, you're like, you know, you stepped into like something that's ready to go. Damn.
How are the pedals?
That should be all right. How's your clutch on this thing? They'll grab kind of high, kind of low.
Better than that one.
Oh wow, okay.
Better than the RS clutch.
Wow, yeah, it doesn't have nearly as much travel either.
No, probably easier to drive this thing.
Probably. All right, we'll give it a quick go.
So the reverse is all the way to the right.
Do you have to lift or anything? No.
Nope.
Oh, there you go.
Good to go.
Where's your, oh, you got a freaking electronic e-brake in this thing?
Which I don't like.
Press the brake pedal to release the parking brake.
Is it on right now?
You could just go. As long as you could just go. It'll turn off by itself.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See?
Okay. Well, I mean, you can already feel it though too. I mean, this thing definitely feels more planted on the ground. This definitely sits lower too, it feels like.
Yeah.
Than the RS. The RS sits up a little high. Wow. No, I like the steering in this is freaking incredible though. Like, so even just getting in it. Yeah, dude, I see what you're saying though. It's definitely a lot more responsive.
Isn't it?
Yeah. It definitely does feel faster than the RS, man.
I'm telling you.
I don't know what it is. It just... Oh yeah. No, that's where it's at, man. Comfort mode?
That's in comfort mode.
Alright. Yeah, definitely some traction issues, but that's to be expected for, I think, any front-wheel drive car.
Yep.
Especially with 306 horsepower? But I tell you what though, even with the traction issues, the car does so well for compensating for it. It's just the way that it just wants to go straight. This thing is beautiful.
So, initial impressions.
I definitely like this more than the RS. I know that's hard to say because
oh no,
I'm not a fanboy.
Oh no.
But this car, it rides so much smoother. I think it honestly is one of the biggest things you're gonna notice right away. Jumping in it, I mean, it's already more comfortable. The seats, you kind of sit more in it. It's not attacking your lower back. I mean, it's more comfortable, and the steering feel in this car is just freaking beautiful. It's one of those cars where, Jesus Christ, I would love to take this thing on the track, man.
Isn't it nice?
Oh my God.
That's what I was saying before, that the RS, you know, I've said it in the RS review, the RS feels really good, but the Type R is more of a driver's car for sure.
Oh, undoubtedly. Yeah, you definitely feel like you're driving this car more. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah.
That is the best way to
like
explain
you are an integral part of the car in the Type R. Not quite like that in the RS. And guys, this is from an RS owner. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, it's a little more brutal, I feel like, as far as terms of like ride quality in the RS. It's much more smooth. This thing is just...
It just kind of glides along,
yeah,
right?
It does.
Even in sport mode. we're gonna do R mode now.
Oh shit.
We're gonna get a little bumpy now.
Wow, okay.
You definitely got.
Yeah, again, not all-wheel drive. I gotta get used to that.
Yes.
You know? Wow. This car puts a smile on your face, man.
I'm telling you, it always does.
But,
so the thing is, I think he's used to having that all-wheel drive system.
I am.
Get him out of basically all the trouble. With this car, you're gonna hit mid-corner and you're gonna go off. And it's just gonna happen even with the traction control on. So like I've said it before, you do have to get used to driving a front-wheel drive car. And it's all cool. I love the reaction of him driving it. It's so different. It's such a different experience than the RS. So now we're gonna put it back in comfort mode and see how comfortable it is. You could drive it like it's like a normal Civic.
Yeah.
Like you're not even struggling. It's not even a big deal.
Oh my god, you actually have a real turning radius. That's something I'm not used to.
So just from that rip, what did you think?
It's nice. I have to say, I don't know how the hell Honda engineered this car, but it has virtually no torque steer.
No torque steer,
And
right?
you know, coming from, you know, an ST, like that car, when you mash the throttle, you were all over the place. So the fact that they've made this car with more horsepower than the ST and keep it going straight and you don't even notice, that's insane. I mean, Honda put a lot of time and energy into building this car. You could definitely tell.
Right? So now, if you had to do it all over again, would you buy the RS or the Type R?
After driving it, it's tough to say. I think I would lean more towards the Type R.
That's a lot coming from.
It is a lot
from official sticky.
No, this is definitely more raw feeling. I mean, you definitely have a lot more driver input onto where you know what you're doing with the car. With the RS, again, you know, something that Elias here keeps mentioning is that there's so many driver assists in that car that you're just going for the ride in the car, where it's still quick and it's still good, but you know, something like that section there where you just mash the throttle in a corner, the car kind of compensates for you, and you come through, you know, pretty easily. Whereas this, you actually have to be a lot more awake and alive and realize what it is you're doing, and realize that if you put your foot down, it can get you in trouble.
Oh yeah.
So you know, there's those things to be mindful of.
How's the stick shift?
It's good.
How's the transmission, right?
It's cool.
It's very cold. But how are the throws? I think they're better than the RS as
Yeah,
well.
I think it's much more notchy. It's much more positive.
It's much
shift.
short throw, I think, too.
Yeah. I mean, there's no doubting when you go into a gear, you're putting it in that gear.
Right.
I feel like sometimes the RS can get a little sloppy where, you know, I mean, I don't know how to explain it.
The RS, it can get, I kind of lose where I am in terms of the gear shift. So sometimes, like I kind of don't know what's going on. Like, that, I feel, so it's not quite as precise, the stick shift in the RS as the Type R. I think that's
the fact that you actually have the gear indicator on the dash though too, right next to the tag.
That's definitely, it's definitely spoiled me. I have to get used to not using that. So in comfort mode, like compared to the RS, you don't feel the road. You don't feel right?
You don't feel any. I mean, you could I'm driving over little bumps and cracks, and you know, using little potholes like that, and the car just takes it. It feels like you're driving like a Cadillac. It's very smooth feeling.
Right? It's like very smooth. It's like a normal Civic. I think that's really good that Honda. So it's a really good track weapon, but then to drive it on the back roads and you're just driving to get groceries, put it in comfort mode and you're all good to go.
I feel like that, was it the R mode on this? That definitely gets a little more rough.
Oh, that's rough.
That's rough. I would say it's definitely the, you know, Honda's version of the, you know, track mode.
Right, right.
Wow. I mean, this thing handles so, we're just gliding down the hill, not even trying, and the thing just handles so, hell, man.
I'm glad you like it. It's an awesome car. It really is an awesome car. And it's hard to beat it, you know, for the price.
For the price point, I mean, this car came in, actually was less than the RS too, right?
Less than the RS.
Less than the RS. And that's one thing that's hard to justify, is spending that extra money, you know, a couple $1,000 extra for one all-wheel drive system.
The all-wheel drive system, really, all-wheel drive system, and like the heated steering wheel and the heated seats.
And some exhaust pops.
And the exhaust pops.
I mean, I guess you do get that.
I'm glad that I got John official sticky to drive the Type R. He is a Ford Focus RS owner. He came from a Ford Focus ST as well, so he knows what he's talking about in terms of driving dynamics. Any last words there, John?
Just
just thanks for letting me drive the car here, man. This is freaking beautiful. And yeah, I mean, I don't even have words to explain how I feel right now. I love the RS still, but this Type R, man, after being in it, sitting in it, driving it down some of these roads, is yeah, this thing is just a hell of a freaking track weapon, man. I can see this thing if you had the opportunity to really open it up in some like wide open roads. Yeah.
Right?
Snow car, every other day car.
Exactly.
There you go.
All right, guys, that wraps it up. Thanks so much, John.
Thank you very much.
Very nice to come by. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.